Share your screen with your audience. No.
No.
Okay, we're live there. Let's come in here. 3, 2, 1. I don't know if I need volume out for this, but I'll turn it up. Let's see.
Cool.
And we're good on YouTube too. Megan is here. Hello, Megan. Is here. Hello.
Megan.
All right. Everybody's showing up. Don is here.
Thanks.
How's everybody doing? Welcome. I'm going to let everybody kind of trickle in here for a second and then we'll get started. How's everybody doing? Hope you all had a good Christmas if you celebrate. We did. It was okay. We had to travel for it, which is kind of a drag. We usually like to stay home for Christmas, but this year we were bound to family visiting. So
it was nice though.
It was nice, yeah. It wasn't not nice. It was just like, it's always nicer to be home, and not have to be like on the road. But it was okay. It was pretty good. So we're going to get started here in like just a minute. This is Josie. Josie's here. She's the lap couch dog. She'll be hanging out the whole time just like this. This is her favorite place to be in the whole world, is just like on the couch. So you can always find her here if you're looking for her. And that's little Snickers guy. He's not as interested in the couch all the time. He likes to lay more on the floor. He's more of a floor laying guy. But Josie's like, we call her the couch queen because she's just
are her favorite.
Yeah, she's just like always on the couch. Like if you're looking for her, she's on the couch.
Yeah.
So she'll be hanging out here. So welcome everybody. Welcome. Kind of the format for this hang today is just kind of talk about our year in 2024 a little bit. We have like a list of things to kind of go over, and then we're going to open it up for like some Q&A, let you guys ask any questions you have, like about Artifact, the business, the future, the past, anything. Doesn't have to be Artifact related to. It can be questions about, any questions you have for us. Personally, outside of Artifact, most of you know that I also teach. I'm a percussion professor at James Madison University in Virginia. So I'm like heavily involved in the academic collegiate teaching world too. And I play a lot as well. So like I do a lot of freelancing and playing a bunch of different professional orchestras here in Pennsylvania too. So I'm happy to take any questions about any of that stuff as we get to like the halfway point here today. And then we're going to wrap it up with some giveaway stuff. Lex and I were just talking about how we think we want to do it. And I think it probably makes the most sense for the giveaway stuff at the end to like, I have a bunch of stuff. I have like sticks and mallets and like just a wide variety of things. So I think like we'll show what we have to give away, and then it'll be like I think it'll make sense to have everybody like if you comment on like one of the items that you're interested in, you can comment on multiple things or just like one of the things. And then that'll let us go through afterwards, like on the comments, and like just do a randomizer that way. That we were like super fair about it, because I don't want to just like pick people randomly like in the chat. I don't think that's as fair as like plugging everybody's name in and then just like doing like one of those randomizer wheels or whatever. I don't know. Yep. What do you think? Do you think that's a good idea? I think that's like the fairest way to be. And then like we'll just DM you then on Instagram if you win, and let you know like, hey, you won, and send us your shipping information. It's typically how we always do our giveaways as well too, and then we'll get it out to you. But I have a bunch of stuff here sitting next to me, and we'll get to that too. So cool. So 2024 for us was a really big year for the business and for all things Artifact related. We started off the year a lot stronger than we typically do. Usually like after the holidays, like those months of like January, February, and March are like usually always like very slow months for the business, typically that winter time. And then things start to get a little bit busier as we go into the spring and as we go into the summer and back to school season. But things just like didn't slow down after last year's holiday season, just like rolled right into the new year. And it's continuing that way this year again too. Things are just like nonstop in terms of order amount and just how busy the shop is. It's we haven't actually ever been completely caught up at any point our turnaround time has remained that like typical like 2 to 3 weeks, sometimes a little bit longer if we're like super busy. But it's just because at any given time we have like 30 to 50 outstanding orders, and we usually get done about 20 to 25 of those usually like on a weekly basis. And it's a pretty constant cycle. And like I said, so far this year too, going into the end of this month and starting January, it just seems like it's going to be continuing like in that direction. So it started off great that way. 2024 started off really nice that way. And then like in about the springtime, a really good friend of ours in the industry, Rob Smith. I don't know if some of you are familiar with Smith mallets. They are like a more geared towards like elementary, middle school, kind of like a school series type of mallet. Really popular, especially in that elementary, middle school range, like orphan shrimp mallets, things like that, and just like that classroom kind of a clientele for that brand, which isn't something that Artifact does at all. So Rob had approached us because we just had known him in the industry for a while. He was getting ready to retire, offered to sell us his business, and when we bought it, which has been like really great too, to like have our first acquisition as a business. Not something we ever expected to be doing like so early, I guess. So like in the history of the business, we have plans to be doing other things and like branching out and doing other stuff, but that was kind of something that like fell in our lap, and the price was right. We were able to secure the financing we needed to do to purchase him, and we did, and it's been great because it just kind of opened the door to that end of the market that like Artifact doesn't really serve. Artifact kind of serves more, as you guys know, more of the professional and the college student, right? The college student who's planning to be a professional, right? It's kind of more of our market, and it's always kind of been the focus of like what we do, because I've always kind of felt like, we talked about this before too, Lex, but we always kind of felt like we people have asked us like, hey, like why don't you have like a student line or like a more fundamental series kind of line with Artifact? And I always kind of felt like that was more of a gimmicky thing, like a lot of other bigger name companies have that, right?
Yeah, well, the idea behind Artifact from the beginning was that we're making good stuff and we're keeping it at a price point that makes sense for everybody.
Yeah.
And not kind of drawing that line between student and professional, because why would students not want to play with good, high quality, durable gear that's going to do what they need it to do for them, and that's going to last. So that's all from the very beginning. I mean, it was one of the principles that we founded Artifact on.
Most definitely. So that was like a really big one for us. Just like helping us, a big increase in revenue for the business to be able to kind of take that capital and turn it back into expanding, which we have. Like,
thanks, Luis.
Yeah,
Happy
hey, Luis.
holidays.
Yeah,
Happy New
Luis.
Year.
We miss you, and I'm always looking at pictures of your cute dog.
Yeah.
But it just made open up a lot of doors for a lot of other new things that we're able to now explore and do, and a lot of connections with a lot of other companies and other, like, for more business to business relationships too, which is great. Because as you guys know, Artifact is a brand. We are only direct to consumer, right? As a business, we don't have any of our products in any retail spaces yet. And I say that yet. Well, I'm going to get to that here a little bit later with some potential 2025 things as well too. So that was a big one. And
it also, not just the brand, but we acquired some new tools and equipment.
Yeah, a lot of equipment
from Rob that has allowed us to really expand what we can do.
Yep.
In-house, and it has increased our volume quite a bit too. So, and again, there's more coming with that in 2025. In terms of what we're going to be able to offer.
Yeah. Like, one of the things we invested in for the shop too this year was like this really awesome laser engraving and cutting machine, which has been like awesome for what we do. I don't know, you guys probably noticed with our mallets and such too. Everything is now like laser etched. We used to like wood burn like on our rattan and our wood handles. But now everything is laser engraved, which is really awesome. And it's again just opened up doors for us to do other new cool things as well. And that was just like a big investment for the shop. So new machinery, new equipment for the shop is going to be another thing we're doing this year as well. So we're actually looking at another big purchase that we'll be making probably soon too for the shop, just to be able to offer some new things.
Also, lasers are cool.
Yeah, lasers are super cool. They're just very expensive.
Yeah, but,
really
but if there's anybody who is a laser expert or just interested, like hit us up, because I will talk to anyone about lasers.
Yeah, they're super cool. Yeah, this is what we're able to do with them these days. They've just come so far, but they're not cheap. They're not cheap. So especially if you want one that can do a lot of really cool things. New website too this year was another really big one for us.
Oh, I forgot to put that on the list. Oh no, I did. Okay.
Yeah, you put it on the list. The new website was a really big one too. So that's been really great for us, just to have like a more streamlined, easier to use website for everybody, which is great. And we use Shopify as a platform. Many of you, I'm sure, are very familiar with Shopify as a great platform for e-commerce, and just the versatility that it has and the ease of use. And the new template we purchased for it, just a lot of new features and new options, which allows us to better serve our customers that way too, which is super cool.
Gives us more room to expand with more products and just more capability, more looking at things like bundles and
Yeah, that's something that we're going to have available soon too.
That's going to be coming in the new year.
Yeah. I think you have it on a list of what's coming in 2025.
Yeah,
so we'll talk about that then. So yeah, and new to for 2024, which was good for us, was returning to PASIC, which was great. Yeah. That was a huge one for us. We had last time we were at PASIC was 2021 before that, and we hadn't been back since then, just because it's expensive to go. Everybody who goes and expos at PASIC, they all know it's not cheap to go. But we have been able to secure that we're going to be going every year from this point on. So like you heard it here first, right? In fact, we'll always be at PASIC going forward. We kind of have made that a thing that will be going into the future too. And we're now like official corporate sponsors of PAS on a yearly basis now as well. So we are financially supporting PAS as an organization as well too. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, Lex went and grabbed this from if anybody who was at PASIC saw this, it's really neat. We took down our sign from the booth and like put it out on the table and just had everybody who came by the booth sign it, which was really neat.
This is like now one of the coolest things we own.
Yeah. And I think you're going to see other vendors doing that in the future, because all the other vendors who are around us were like, oh man, it's such a great idea. Like we're going to do that next year. So I think other people are going to start doing that too, which is like really cool.
Clark.
Yeah, Clark was here.
Nabbed the spot on the back.
But we're going to get that thing framed. We're actually going to get a custom frame for it and like frame it up and hang it up in the shop too, which is going to be cool, because it's like a weird size, but it's just like really neat to have like so many people like write their names or like write nice little messages on it. It's like a really cool thing from PASIC. So PASIC, really great. We had a good time. We saw many of you guys there who were here in the chat. And it was just awesome to meet some people for the first time. And like I said, you can count on us being there well into the future every year. So there's like the big things for 2024. No other big like really things that happened for us, as far as the business is concerned for 2024. I don't know if I'm forgetting anything, but those are like the big ones.
No, those are the big ones.
Yeah.
We had some new products.
Yep. Some new products as well too. You guys know we brought out some new sticks. We've been making that more of a focus, is to expand our stick offerings, and we're going to have more of them coming too. Hopefully, this will be a nice segue into things that are coming up in 2025 for us, which is cool. Is that we'll be doing our first like big drum show that's like more geared towards like drum set players. So we'll be in Las Vegas on March 30th for the Las Vegas Drum Show. So it's a totally done deal. We'll be there. We're really looking forward to it. But there's a lot of these like drum shows all over the country in different cities, and like they're more geared towards like drum set players, right? Versus something like PASIC, which is kind of covers all those three big areas like marching, concert, and drum set. While we're trying to kind of get ourselves more into that world, the drum set world, because we just feel like with the sticks that we make and we offer, there's a lot of people who are like super into them, and we get nothing but like great feedback about the sticks. And I think like more drum set players discovering our stuff, like who play a lot of drum set, I think that would be like really good for us. And we're excited to be able to start to kind of get more into that world of trying to get more feedback and thoughts and stuff from people who play drum set like really seriously, like on a everyday basis, because most of us percussionists out there, we play drum set when we have to, right? Like I'll play drum set when I have to, like when I get hired, to play drum set, like I'll do it and I can, but it's definitely not something I'm doing every day. I'm not an everyday drum set player. So to kind of get to know more of those like people who are regularly playing drum set is going to be good for us. So we'll be in Vegas. If you're from that area, come out and hang out. That show has been growing dramatically every year. They have like a bunch of big guest artist drum set players that come out to it. The expo hall is cool. Like I saw Vic First is going to be there too. And like PAS is going to be there too. I saw they have a booth. There's like a bunch of other companies that we interact with like at PASIC who are going to be there too, which is like great, along with a lot of custom drum makers.
Yeah.
So that's a big one. We'll be in Vegas for that. Let's see here. What are we talking for 2025? Oh yeah, something I forgot to mention too was that the in 24, which is big, was like our cord wrap vibe mounts. Man, there been nothing but great feedback about them. People have been loving them. They've been talking about the durability being really high and the playability being great. So I'm really excited about them. I actually have some of them to give away too. So that'll be included here in the giveaways later. Some of our new vibe mounts. So one of the things I think I'm really excited about for 2025 is we've been talking about for a while now. We've been talking about this for a couple of years. It's just been like, how do we go about doing it? And I think there's finally like enough interest and enough people asking us that I think it's time for us to explore it. So we've been like hashing it out and coming up with how we're going to do a young artist program for Artifact. So essentially, this young artist program is going to be geared more towards those who are in college currently. So those who are studying to become professionals, whether that be teaching or performing, et cetera, right? Because right now, as it stands with our artist program, and I see some of them are here hanging out, we require a minimum bachelor's degree completed to like become an artist with us, right? And you get all those perks of becoming an artist, which is great. And I think we really rival a lot of the big guys in terms of the benefits that our artists get. But we've had a lot of younger players, who are in those college years asking us about like, hey, how can I get involved? Like, do you do any type of like ambassador thing or whatever it might be? And I've never really been big on that end of things. There's a lot of companies that do like an ambassador thing where it's like, hey, we'll give you like a discount on something if you share this link in your profile, things like that. There's just like ways of like that companies do those kinds of things that like we're not into. We like don't like those things. Like I want them to actually be like valuable to the people who are involved, right? Like as a college professor, like as someone who teaches for a living too, like it's important to me that like I bring value to something like that. So one of the things that we're really excited about is all the benefits that we're going to have with the young artist program, and we can talk about some of them now too.
Yeah.
But in ways of bringing value to that is having basically kind of treat it like we're going to treat it like a cohort, right? So we're going to open up the application here soon in the starting of the new year, and probably pick somewhere between 10 to 15 people from that application pool to be that young artist group for 2025. And we're planning on trying to do like regular get-togethers with them, like professional development things, like group coaching sessions like with me and with our artists as well too, throughout the whole year. Just different opportunities for those young artists to, like I said, find value in that program, as well as access to like some discounted gear and such as well too, right? But the main thing is having more of like an educational kind of focus on that, and to make it completely free. Like that's a really big deal for us with the young artist program, is for it to be like a free program. for students to be involved with. You know,
Yeah.
we've seen a lot of other things. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, and have some benefits similar to our artist program right now. You know, with the idea being that it is sort of like an ambassadorship, and that, you know, you're representing Artifact, and we provide, you know, we would provide certain discounts for products. But yeah, it's more so going to be an opportunity for the young artists to kind of receive like mentorship and support
and network with each other too.
Yeah, network with each other.
Yeah, because one of the coolest things about Artifact as a business over the years has been seeing people who have gotten to know each other,
who
either are artists who have gotten to know each other
otherwise,
and like are doing things now like professionally together, which is like really cool, right? So like those things are just important to us to, like I said, to have value with something like that, and that's why it's taken us a long time to kind of hash that out, and for us to talk about it and figure out how we want to do that in a way that's like I said, constructive. And
yeah, it takes a lot of resources to do something like that, right?
Yeah.
So you know, it's been kind of
and I feel like we're getting to the place where we can be doing those things confidently now, right? Like as a business too. So like we have the resources, I think, to support those types of things, where we're not doing it on like a bare bones type of a budget or something, right? So we're just able to do it. So more information coming about the Young Artists program. Be on the lookout for it. For any of you who are interested in that, like I said, we've been getting a lot of questions about that over the past year. So I think it's just time to explore that option. But there will be an application for that coming out pretty soon. Yeah.
We're still nailing down the details of it, but it is coming very soon. In the beginning of 2025 is what we're targeting for that.
Yep.
So
and for our regular artist program, I'll say for anybody who might be here who might be interested in that as well too, it's I'm taking more of an active recruiting approach too in 2025 to be expanding our artist roster. So if you're someone who's played with Artifact for a long time, you like our products, you've been into what we do, you know, feel free to reach out and we can get a conversation going about that. There's been we've been adding a lot of new artists since PASIC this year too. There's been just a big influx of interest in people wanting to join up with us as an artist, which is great. We love it, and we've always kind of taken that approach of letting people more come to us with the interest in it, rather than, you know, taking the approach like some other companies do, where they're just trying to go out there and just collect everybody and just, you know, add anyone and everyone to their artist roster, which is fine. It's great. They want to take that approach, but that's just not really the approach that we've liked to take over the years. You know, we want those who are like interested in what we do and you know, have played with our products and are really into them, to want to be on that artist roster. So if that might be you, you know, feel free to reach out, and you know, we can get that going as well too. What else we got coming for 2025? That's a lot of the stuff, man.
Yeah.
Some new products, right? We are exploring some new things.
Some different things, not just more mallets.
Yeah, I don't want to tease too much, only because like I hate like teasing it and then like that doesn't happen in 2025. But one of the things I think we're really excited about is the potential for a mallet bag, and for one thing I can say is absolutely happening is a practice pad. We're going to do a combo snare and timpani practice pad that is already in the works. So that will be coming out in 25 at like a very affordable and reasonable price point. Unlike a lot of the practice pad market these days, where they're just like priced way too high. Like in my opinion, it's just like crazy. Like some of the practice pads out there, it's like, I can't believe people would spend like $120 on like a practice pad. It's like, it's crazy.
Not to call anyone specific.
Yeah, no, not at all. Because like the people making beautiful stuff. Like there's beautiful stuff out there.
I'm sure the new heavy hitter pads are fantastic. Crazy. But when I saw that they were over $100, I was like, that can't be right.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. I think that's a little unreasonable.
Everything is just more expensive now.
Yeah. So the practice pad is absolutely 100% happening. That one we can confirm here for sure. And like I said, we are working on a mallet bag as well too. So maybe some signature dog treats. That would be cool. I mean, the dogs would like that. The dogs would like that
Josie,
for sure.
You're being creepy.
So that's what she does though. She likes to kind of creep. She'll kind of sit there in like a dark room in the house too, and just kind of sit there and like stare at you in the other room. You know, she has a creepiness about her sometimes, but she's a very sweet girl. Very, very good girl.
Yeah.
So there's a couple other things. I'm trying to think of anything else new for 25 that we have in the works. Which are like the really big ones.
Yeah, I mean bundles we kind of mentioned
Oh
already.
yeah. That's gonna be up on the website. So you want to explain that one?
Yeah,
working. Cool.
I've been working on functionality for the website that would allow like build your own bundles. So right now we have bundles available. You know, and they're kind of, we have like a bestsellers bundle. We have a bundle where you can purchase the full line, complete line of timpani mallets or complete line of marimba mallet series at a discount. But hopefully it should be very soon, but definitely in 2025, going to have the build your own functionality, where it'll be like 5 or 6 mallets, you know, and you can pick and choose what timpani mallets you want in a bundle, what marimba vibe. And then we're going to try to do like rotating bundles too, like back to school bundles, where you can kind of mix and match a bunch of different things, marimba, xyloglog, you know, snare drum sticks, whatever.
And get that and get a solid discount by bundling things together.
Yeah. So the idea being that like that discount's kind of available all the time. You know, within that bundle structure of, you know, if you're purchasing 5 or 6 mallets, you know, 5 or 6 timpani mallets at once, you're getting that discount kind of all the time.
Yeah, which is cool. Yep. So that's something that I'm excited about for too in terms of new products. And like I said too, I mentioned before too, we were like really trying to continue expanding our stick offerings too. That's just something that's like trickier and harder to do because the manufacturing processes are very particular for that. You know, a lot of people know this, but you know, it's something that we're like very out in the open about with. But everything we make in house here, except for our sticks, we have a wood turner who does our sticks outside of our shop. But everything else we do is 100% from the ground up, made in our shop. All of our other mounts. For every other instrument we do from start to finish, from the raw material to the finished product in our shop. We don't have the capabilities of like actually making the sticks here in our shop yet. We hope to in the future. It's just it's such a specialized thing that that aspect of woodworking and wood turning is a very specialized skill.
Equipment. It's not as simple. I feel like a lot of people think it's as simple as like you just turn a lathe and you know, you're turning each stick individually on a manual lathe, and it doesn't work that way. You know, I mean, anybody who's played with a pair of good sticks knows that they have to be exactly the same. They have to be consistent. The dimensions have to be consistent. The weight has to be consistent. And so it's it's pretty much impossible to do that on a manual lathe. And you know, CNC lathes are several thousands of dollars.
You're talking like the equipment to do that. You're more than that. You're looking in like the 6-figure thousands of dollars for like the really nice machines, you know, so like over $100,000 for a machine that can like do that consistently.
We're really not crazy. There yet. I mean, and space wise too, it's a large machine, so we just aren't there space wise either. But
so we're getting there with it.
And the idea is that we have someone who is very skilled at making sticks, making our sticks for us.
Yeah, and it works out great. So it's cool. Yeah, it's great. So we are working on that too. So but I think it's a good time. You know, we're halfway through. We kind of budgeted an hour for this. Like we're not like in a hurry though. We don't have anything going on, so we can hang for as long as people want to hang too. But I would love to take questions at this point now, since we're like a half hour in. If you guys want to throw questions in the chat, if anybody threw questions in the chat, but just go ahead and start throwing anything in there, and we'll start to maybe answer questions. Like I said, it can be about anything. And we covered a bunch of stuff here, but anything maybe you'd like to see from us, like, you know, we can get some conversations going on that too. If there's like any particular products or things that we don't do yet that you're interested in or want us to try to explore, please feel free to throw it in there. Did anybody put anything in there?
Yeah, Keegan.
Oh, someone asked a question about sales compared to last year. I won't give you specific numbers, but we tripled our revenue from last year. So we've seen a triple in growth from our previous year, which is like insane. And like our conversion rates, like too, as far as like e-commerce platforms are concerned, we are in like the high margin percentile for what is universally considered to be the high point for conversions.
Mhm.
And just like, so what that means for anybody who doesn't know what that means, is like that means that someone who comes to your website with interest in purchasing your product, and from start to finish, they come to your website, they put something in their cart, and they check out with an item, right?
Convert to a sale.
Yes. It's very, very high, and we are, like I said, I won't give specific numbers just because like we're a private business, but
we're not. Yeah.
Everything is trending in a great upwards direction in terms of sales.
Not because we don't want to share with you guys, but just because there's others out there.
Exactly. Yeah. And like we're coming to a place too where like when we were younger and we were newer on the scene, like the bigger companies like Vic, Firth, and Innovative, and those guys, like they didn't look at us as competition at all. And I've heard firsthand from people I know who work at those companies that they consider us to be competition now. And they kind of look at us that way.
Which is it's a cool.
It's thing. It's super cool, but I never expected it to be that way. It's like, why do they care about what we're doing and how we're doing it? But they do.
I mean, and Artifact for us has been a side gig, side hustle for a long time. It's been in our lives now for 10 years, and we've been selling for like 8 years. And it's easy to get lost in all of the work, but it's also cool to kind of step back from time to time and be like, oh wow, it's really cool that it's still here and we've gotten this far, and we've kind of solidified mostly our kind of spot in the industry, which is cool.
Yeah, Jen asked about a cowbell beater. Jen, what would a cowbell beater look like? You have to explain that to me. Only because I don't. You mean like something specifically to hit a cowbell, like something more like rubber, like those old
bowl mallet, but
like those old maybe I forget who made them. Those old they were like, I think it was ProMark maybe made them, like those old like Tito Puente like bongo mallets. They were like a weird they were like a stick with like a rubber, like a hard rubber, like almost door stopper kind of shaped thing on them. They don't make them anymore. They've been discontinued for a long time, but I don't know. You have to explain to me like what you see that as, because I can tell you what I might think about it. Okay. Any thoughts?
There were like several more.
I'm sorry. We're not going to be able to get to everyone, but we'll try to get as many as we can.
Favorite custom mallet you've made from Craig?
Oh yeah. So yeah, we do a lot of custom stuff, right? That's one of our big things. Because a lot of other companies don't do anything custom related. Some of the other smaller makers, will do stuff for you custom. Like I know Jason at JG, in terms of timpani mallets, like he'll do specific custom stuff for you and such too. But I feel like we're the only two that really will go down that road. Not many people do anything custom at all. And it's a big part of our business is the custom stuff that we do, which is really cool. And I don't know, I've done a lot of cool stuff. Probably one of my favorite things I've made. I don't have a pair of them like handy, but I've done them for a couple people over the years. There's a specific Trevino piece called Electric Dreams. Maybe someone knows the name of that piece, or they can correct me on that. Electric something. It's from marimba and playback, and it calls for like a very specific type of mallet sound. So it's like basically made these marimba mallets that have like I use like shrink wrap tubing to hold like thin pieces of fiberglass like halfway up the mallet, so that when you strike the instrument, you get this like kind of rattly, raspy sound with it, because that's like what's intended for the piece. And I've had cool. They're really neat. They're probably one of my more favorite mallets to make. If you scroll back like through our Instagram, like a couple years, like you can find a picture of them. They're like really, really cool, and like put a little rubber grommet on them to like adjust. Like on a pair of brushes or something, like to adjust how much of it you want. So like if you put it all the way up, it would like make it very dry and you wouldn't hear as much of the the raspy sound, but if you like took it all the way down, it would like open them up more, and you can really hear this like cool tick sound with it. Because like I said, I even like intended it to be kind of that sound for it too. So they've been pretty cool. Probably one of my more favorite custom things to make.
My favorite was the teeny tiny mallet we made for the NBC bells.
Oh yeah. There was like an NBC like affiliate station.
Chicago?
So, yeah, somewhere in in a big city somewhere. I forget where it was. Either Chicago or Boston, one of those two, I think. They had like an original set of like the NBC chimes, like at their front desks. Like when you walk into the studio, like the person at the front desk, greeting you. They had like these NBC chimes. They're really neat, like the classic ones. And they had us make this like really cool custom little beater for it. It was like maybe 4 inches big. To be able to like fit on the stand with it. It was really cool. Again, you can find that too if you scroll like in the Wayback Machine on our Instagram to find that out. That one was pretty cool to do that for them. It was really neat. Really cool commission job. Let's see. Any thoughts on more oak-handled timpani mallets? Have we done that before? I don't know if we have or not. I have done several custom stuff for people on different types of wood over the years. We don't have anything regularly offered on oak handles or anything like that. But like I said, I've done it. I don't know if maybe I've done that for you in the past or not. I don't know, but I don't regularly get asked a lot about making wood-handled timpani mallets. Like people love bamboo and they love carbon fiber, especially like most professional players do. It's rare that I get someone asking me to make them something on a wood handle.
We are looking at oak for new snare drum sticks, though.
Yeah, we are, because oak is more readily available and it's heavy and it's dense. So it's kind of a nice alternative as like a heavier wood that isn't like a more rare endangered wood. So yeah, we're kind of looking at that. But I haven't. Yeah, just to be honest, I don't often get asked a lot about like wood handled timpani mounts. I just feel like a lot of like once you get into that college world, once you get into that professional world, you kind of start to shy away more from the wood handle feel, because they don't feel as good. I mean, me personally as a player too, like I've never really been into the feel of wood. I feel like you get a lot of shock in your hands. You feel a lot of just like shock up the mallet. It's not as comfortable of a handle type to play with on timpani. So once you play with bamboo and you play with carbon fiber, I don't think you ever want to go back. I feel like when I made that change, I feel like I sold off a lot of my wood handled stuff and don't really play with it that much anymore these days. But I'll do it. If someone wants it, I'll do it.
The cool thing is that's material we can easily get too.
Yeah, it's easy.
We can always do it.
Yeah, it's easy.
Anything custom.
Yeah.
Do I have to wait to be in college? So the only one of the real only stipulation with the Young Artist Program is you must be 18 years old.
Yeah. So the question is, do I have to wait until I'm in college?
Yeah. So,
we want to gear more towards those.
Senior and you're 18 and you have an interest in becoming a part of the Young Artist Program, that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
But we can't accept anybody who's under 18.
Yep.
There's certain like legal
liability
things where if it's
when you own a business, there's things you have to be
especially
mindful of.
I think it's different from state to state, but because it can sort of be considered like, I mean, it would be considered like an educational program, which then there's know mandatory reporting and all of that that we just there's liability there. So that's the only reason that we don't like age limits on things generally. So there is no upper age limit. If you're a junior in college and you're 28, awesome, but just must be 18.
Yeah. Vlad asked about any potential style of nylon tip sticks. Yes. That is actually in terms of the sticks that we're currently looking at doing with our wood turner. Yeah, we are trying to explore some of that. It's just harder to do.
Yeah. And that goes along with trying to have more of a presence in the drum set world.
Yeah.
Like I've heard so many drum set people say, like
they exclusively play with nylon tip sticks. Like
I don't know if this is like a phrase or what. I don't know, but I've heard it so many times that like you are not considered a real drumstick company unless you have nylon tip sticks.
Yeah.
So that's going to be part of our trying
Which
to
I feel
kind of move into that.
Was very much like an old school fad where they're super popular in like the 70s, 80s, right? And then like a lot of players who used them a lot during those time periods, like just stuck with them. And now I feel like they're kind of coming back around. Like I see a lot more drum set players like talking more about nylon tip sticks.
Yeah. Which I get.
Yeah, so,
I mean, I get it for the durability aspect.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll bring the 1918s back, Don.
Yeah, because we own that design. We own that design, and we have the prints for it. We have the exact CAD drawing for it. So we that could definitely be something that we could pursue for sure. Asking about rosewood mallets. Hey, I have some of them. Who is that? Callan? Please forgive me if I'm saying your name wrong. Callantine handle here is asking about rosewood mallets. If you want to send me a message about that, if you're interested in picking up a pair, I have the material. I can do them for you. We did them as a limited run a couple of months back, but I always hold on to some of that material just in case there's someone who misses out on it or reaches out later. So I do have some of that available. So you can just reach out to me and we can get that set up if you're interested in that and some of the ebony wood I have too. Also, so yeah, if you're interested in either one of those two, I can do that for you. Let's see. Other questions. Okay, great. Oh, Megan asked about possibility of marching mallet line. Yeah. So a lot of you guys know we do have a marching mallet line, and we've had a marching mallet line for the past couple of years. Our Warrior series, as we called it. And there are several school programs around the country who like exclusively only want to play with those, and I make them for them, and they use them, and it's great. It's awesome. When we did the new website, we just didn't put them back up with the new website as being a regularly offered and available item, only because we're kind of rethinking and reframing how we want to tackle the marching arts world, because we're not really into that scene much because it's so heavily dominated.
I mean,
and it's its own thing.
Its own thing. And there's a lot of it's already dominated by a lot of really big brands and a lot of really good brands who have been doing that, doing marching sticks and mallets for decades. So it's and it was kind of like went weird having the marching marimba mallet line and like not having anything else. So it was kind of hard to make contacts in the marching world without having like a full line of marching offerings. So, but that's something that's something we are definitely actively working on is everything. That's not just front ensemble.
We have a lot of things. We have like we're notebook keepers. Like Lex and I both we like artifact things and ideas and sketching stuff out. You find like millions of just notebooks in our house and around everywhere because we just keep them. Because like, hey, idea, write down. It's a great practice and way to keep track of your thoughts. And we've had lots of things fleshed out over the years on like how we want to approach the marching implement side of things. It's just it's just a harder market to get into. And if we're going to make that investment, we want to make sure that like we are at least getting some type of return on that investment, and not have it be like a total waste of time, so to speak.
That's I feel like that's like super common, and anybody who's run a business knows that we want to do everything. You always want to do everything. There's a long list of things we want to do, but you have a limited amount of resources to work with, and you kind of have to. It takes a lot of work to figure out what's going to be the best thing to invest your kind of capital into. I use quote fingers because we don't have the kind of capital that
it's not like
businesses
huge budgets, right? Like we don't run on a massive budget. We run on a very healthy budget, but not a not a big budget.
And part of being owner operated too is we have to be very picky and very
intentional about the things
intentional.
we're doing.
Thank you.
Being,
about what we
absolutely.
do and what we kind of invest into.
Yep.
So
Yep. Question about the Young Artist Program in terms of, are we looking for teachers as well? Yeah, I mean, if you're already a teacher, like if you're teaching, you might be someone who's a better fit for our regular artist program. Again, just as long as you've like, that minimum requirement of like having a completed bachelor's degree, I think is just important for us with the artist program. But if you're someone who's like teaching high school or something like on the side, like working with a marching band, and you're in undergrad or whatever, yeah, you'd be absolutely eligible for putting in an application for the Young Artist Program. It's great. Any plans for orchestral stick models?
Yes.
Is a question here. Yeah. So our Etude stick is like our kind of main concert stick, orchestral model stick. I mean, it's what I use for everything basically these days, and it's probably one of our most popular sticks out there. Yes, we are going to be expanding those orchestral offerings. We're working on a new piccolo stick. Those that years ago we used to have like a piccolo Etude stick. It's going to be different. It's not going to be the same thing. It's going to be a different stick, but we are working on some new orchestra models for 2025 too. Yep.
Another thing coming in 2025 that I did forget to put on the list.
When's the Artifact brand notebook? Jen says this is funny.
Oh, there's one on the website that we're selling. This one we got. I just like ordered it from Vistaprint.
Yeah, and then on the inside cover it's got the motto on it: "Greatness from small beginnings." Right. So. Yeah. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's there. Yeah, we needed to like when we were ordering banners for something, because we like order a lot of banners like throughout the year for send out with like clinic packs to artists and whatnot. I think we needed like we need like $5 more or something to get the free shipping or whatever. So
from getting like a 20% discount or something. So I threw that together.
Yeah, I thought we had it available in the merch section on the website.
We have a different notebook.
There's a lot of new merch.
It's like a leather-bound notebook.
Like the shirt, very popular shirt.
Yeah,
there's a lot of new merch on the website. You guys should check some of it out. Really great stuff.
Yeah, something else real quick for 2025 is just in line with new snare drum sticks. Is we're gonna be putting some more time into like not necessarily educational, but just kind of I suck at words. Just content, like how it's made, content behind the scenes kind of content.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing more of that. Like
we're both going to be doing more of that. Like
trying to make that a priority for
springtime. We're going to be doing like a full timpani mallet series, just talking about all different materials. Doing a timpani mallet rewrap video.
Yep.
Things like that, just kind of like some more kind of like just value to you guys. And yeah, part of that, I think I want to do like a designing a snare drum stick and kind of what that looks like from our perspective.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, and Nick commented about like using the just good mallets in general for front ensemble stuff, which I agree with, as far as it relates to front ensemble, especially the modern front ensemble is like everybody's mic'd these days. I mean, if you're not mic'd, you'd be hard pressed to see schools out there competing that are not mic'd in some way.
That definitely changed the game.
The thought process behind mallet construction, right? Yeah, you look back at those like old Andrew Markworth mallets, like on the cusp of like everybody amplifying. They were like big
heavy,
rocks,
chunky mallets that people very quickly figured out.
No one uses anymore, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, more of a concert kind of themed mallet too, which is kind of what the Warrior series is. And they got the schools that use them really love them for that reason. They were more of a concert mallet, again, because with that amplified front ensemble in mind.
Cowbell Beater 2025.
Yeah. Do we still make snare drums is a question too. We still do repair. We don't make anything from the ground up anymore with drums, only because drums are too much time and not enough of a return unless you want to price them out like crazy. And that's why if you look at any of the really well-established custom drum makers out there, you are paying exorbitant amount of money for, like, you can spend like $4,000 on a snare drum from some of
Right.
these custom makers. You can spend insane amounts of money because like that's what they need to charge
Right.
in terms of the labor and the time that goes into that. Like those price points are very much justified for that type of work
Oh
that they
yeah.
do.
I mean, yeah.
They really are. You
Right.
know, you often hear me complain about things being too expensive in our world, like the stick and mallet world. Like things are overpriced. A lot of what is out there, things are like way overpriced. But for a lot of like the really specialized custom drum stuff, man, it's an art form,
expensive, but
and
it's
they
like
deserve
worth
to
it.
kind of
Yeah.
get paid what they get paid because they spend a lot of time. It's like custom
Yeah.
guitar makers
Right.
too. It's like
Yeah.
they you know we did it for a while, and it was cool, and we have a
Yeah.
bunch of our drums exist out there, and
But we have so much business with the stick and mallet
yeah.
side of things now. It's literally wouldn't be possible for us to do both because
Yeah.
of all of the time and just how intensive like custom drum builds are and can be. Maybe someday if we have like a whole team and we have
you need like
we
a
have
special
the custom drum team.
yeah, and like steal a maker from some
but-
other company who like knows how to do it, and it's like all they do in the shop is just like
Yeah.
they're the custom drum guy, you know. It's because it's just such a specific again specific skill set, just like we were talking about with the snare drum stick making and stick
But
making in general.
Go buy a
It's very
decibel
specific.
drum though.
Yeah, go buy a decibel drum. No, I can't say that. I'm a Pearl Adams artist. Oh God.
I can
I'm
say
gonna lose
it.
my
I'm not
sponsorship.
a Pearl Adams artist.
Yeah, you can say it.
You have to say go buy a Philharmonic.
Yeah. So go buy a Pearl Philharmonic. I love their drums too, but no, but I also own a couple decibel drums, and David makes really beautiful stuff. His stuff is really fantastic.
I'm a freak for little notebooks too. We'll bring you one, Jen.
Yeah. They're really neat. So a lot of really great questions. Thank you all. This is like really, really great. Any other questions? We probably have time to take one more before we get to some giveaway stuff here. And there's not too many people in the chat right now. Like those of you who are here, great save. Yeah, I try. Yeah. Hopefully no one from Pearl's watching, right? I'm gonna get a phone call after this. Yeah. No, they're wonderful. Listen, I will say that like I love everybody at Pearl Adams.
Yeah.
Like truly.
They're the best in the biz.
Yeah, they really are. Like they supplied us with all the instruments for our booth at PASIC this year for free. Like they hooked it up with because of being an artist with them. It was really amazing. They're just wonderful people there. So I cannot say enough good things about Pearl. And it goes because like a lot of their stuff's hard to find right now too, and like they have a lot of supply chain issues because like their drums are such in demand, right? They're and their instruments too. So I have nothing but like amazing things to say about those guys. I will never be with another company aside from Pearl Adams. They're really, really fantastic. Dual triangle beaters. Yeah. Hey, triangle beaters is actually something that I am exploring and kind of looking at wanting to do. And it's also just a market too. That's like there's just like a lot of options out there and a lot of good stuff already. So it's hard to kind of have something to offer that way. But that's something that I think we'll probably add to the catalog here in the next year or two. I'd imagine is some type of triangle beater offerings. We kind of want to have a little bit of everything. You know, we're going that route with the business.
You're definitely going to expand the accessories.
Yeah, accessories offerings
side of things.
Yeah.
That's one of our focus.
Yep.
Is
it is
for
2025. Sure. It most definitely is. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, triangle beaters so much. Yeah, I did do some of them. Don probably has some of the old ones.
Yeah.
Don mentioned he has some of them. Yeah. I made a couple years ago. Like some prototype stuff that I ended up like either selling for really cheap or I might even giving them out for free. I can't remember. I just didn't end up going down that rabbit hole. Other projects took the forefront there. So yeah, but it's good. Again, yeah, lots of great questions. Good conversation, y'all. Thank you so much. It's wonderful.
Yeah, thank you guys for hanging out.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's great. We want to try to do more of these types of things too. We did a bunch of them in COVID times, right? Everybody was, you know, but we did a lot of this because it was a great way to connect with people, but we haven't really done too much of this since then. And we like to try to do more of it just to kind of make ourselves available. And to answer questions and to do those kinds of things.
Yeah.
But giveaways, yeah, at least we get to some
Let's
some
give
merch
some stuff
giveaways
away.
and some mallets and things. I have a bunch of stuff here. I went into the shop and I just like grabbed like a whole bunch of like stuff. So I have like a variety of things here. Um, I don't know. I think the best way to do it would be like, how did you want to do this? You wanted to like have people comment on what they're most interested in, and like I said, I think you
Yeah.
can.
Um.
And you can mark. You want to mark it down as we go too, just in case like we lose
Just
it
in case
after the
we
stream.
lose the comments.
Lex is gonna write people's things, names and stuff down, so we can keep track of things here. Yeah. So here's how we'll do it. Just like put in the comment. If you're interested in that item, just like write, Vibe mallet or Marima mallet or Etude sticks, Broadways. Like put the name of the product in your comment, and then like we'll mark it down as we go here.
And then we'll put, based on what you guys are most interested in, we'll put it into a randomizer for just that, and then we'll put everybody into the randomizer, like for. Oh God, we didn't think this through ahead of time.
Yeah, I don't know. We're sure.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
It's
complicated when you're doing a live stream trying to do this, because there's also rules around it too. So it's like you have to be careful what you do.
How many?
So like I have two pairs of Marima mallets here, for example, right? So I have a pair. I have a pair of our soft classic RS model and a hard of the Quartus model as well too. So if you're interested in either one of those, I love the softer ones for like base Marima mallets.
Here's the thing: there's 14 people in here right now.
How many things do I have?
We have 14 things.
I got 14 things. Wow, that's awesome.
Put in the comment your top 3 of like what you need or what you want.
Yeah, let's do that.
And
because I have a variety of stuff. I have sticks, I have Marima mallets, Vibe mallets, Glock, Silo.
Who's here right
like
now.
I have a variety of things.
Based
on
let's
do that. That way everybody walks with something, because we have, like I said, we got 14 people here, and everybody can get something that way.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So
bunch of people like already put stuff. That's great.
Yeah. Put your top 3 choices. Like I said,
I'm writing everybody down now.
I have Etude sticks, I have Moonlights, I have Broadways, I have like all the sticks are available. Short rounds. I have some Marima mount models too. Vibraphone, Xylo, and Glock. So just like put the instrument choice of your top 3 down there too, and we'll make some notes here, and we'll get back with everybody about what we're sending.
Yeah, we'll do a post tonight, because we'll put everything into like a randomizer, and to figure out who gets what, and then we'll do a post, or we'll send you guys DMs. For your addresses. Okay, we can do it.
What happened to your coffee cup? Did you break it? Don, did you break your coffee cup? We could probably get you a new one.
We'll get you a new one.
I think we have them up as a merch item. We can just like fulfill one.
We don't. Yeah, I didn't. No,
we
I
can do
done
it though.
Yet.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. I don't have any. I mean, I have like my own personal ones, but I don't have any like ready to ship right now. But we can take a look at it and see.
Nice, Zach. Okay, but let's we can go through and like
at least everything we have. Yeah, because like I said, we have a pair of those 2. I already mentioned those. I just pulled a bunch of the stuff out. So I got a pair of Cabaret xylophone mallets, so like a great go-to kind of xylo mallet, good for solo stuff. Some other xylo Glock mallets. I have a 7/8 inch aluminum pair, really good, nice on rattan. Our Little Bear model on rattan. Our Lyras, super popular. We sell more of these than any other xylo mallet model that we make. So I have a pair of those. A middle medium pair of the Cosmic, the new Vibe mallets, the Cosmic series ones. These are the Cosmic 3s. And then sticks, we have, I think I got 2 pairs of each model. So I got 2 pairs of each model here too. So 2 Etudes, 2 Broadways, 2 Moonlights, 2 short rounds. So.
But yeah, if you're here right now,
Yeah, you'll get something. You'll get something. We'll send everybody
Yep.
something out of everything we have here.
Cool.
Selects is going to write down everybody who's in here right now. Yeah, and again, thank you all for coming. This has been like a lot of fun. Good time. Hang out here for just a minute or two, just so we can make sure we got you written down here.
Cool. I got everybody.
Cool. We got everybody written down. Great.
Oh wait, Dr. B. That's right. That's Matt Bratton.
That's Matt Bratton. Yeah.
Hey, Matt.
That's Matt Bratton. You get him out.
Yes.
You get him out. Yes.
We're Oprah.
Yes. Everybody look under their
right
seat.
now.
You get them out. Yeah, that just makes it easier. Everybody's cool.
But,
yeah, we're happy to do it. It's cool. We like to do these kind of end of year things too, and try to do some more giveaways throughout the year as we're able to. Makes it fun.
Yeah.
Makes it enjoyable. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Yeah, like I said, we don't have anywhere to be specifically right now because we budgeted an hour for this, but we're just kind of hanging out right now. So there's no rush or hurry. I am enjoying myself, just kind of chilling on a Sunday afternoon here in Pennsylvania. So good times. Dogs have enjoyed themselves.
Yeah.
Snickers wants to throw his ball now, so he went and got his ball. So that's what he'll want to do.
Yep. Cool.
Appreciate it. Yes, we're wishing you guys all
you.
a great 25 as well. Yeah, we have nothing but like a lot of excitement for 2025, and we'll see where things go. Yeah, Jen, I know we got to connect at some point here for sure. Probably sometime this week would be better for a call than tonight.
Yeah.
Just in terms of like talking business stuff, right? So yeah, let's definitely like message me and let's see if we can connect this week sometime, because I have a lot of meetings and calls scheduled this week with different people. So let me just let's get you on the schedule and make sure that we can talk. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Vlad. Happy New Year, Don, Craig. You guys are awesome.
Yeah.
So
yeah, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I say it all the time. Something you'll hear me say forever is that our business only exists because people support it.
Yeah.
Because people buy our products and they take a chance on us and they like what we do and they like how we do it, and that's the only reason why it continues to go. Right? We wouldn't be able to do this without the support of our artists, our customers, everything. It's great. It's wonderful. Yeah. So thank you guys. Thank you for an awesome 2024. And looking forward to 2025.
Things in 2025.
Cool. All right. Well, we'll let everybody go. Thanks. Yeah. Happy New Year to everybody.
Yeah. Happy New Year.
And we'll talk soon. All right. See you, everybody. We can share this video too if we want. It says to share it. You can share it as like a live.
Yeah.